I ask for the truth on behalf of Ashleigh Nichole concerning relationship issues. We ask for guidance and insight in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. And we just cut the deck for you there, Ashleigh, and move things to the side here. I'll deal out 3 cards. The first card we deal is in the position in the spread, the 3-card spread as you say. This is the position of the recent past. We'll call that the recent past influence. Naturally, the next one is the present. So that's the middle, beginning, middle, and then the end is the future, isn't it? So the present is the present influence, and then of course the future, in this case the immediate future, because remember the recent past, so it's the immediate future influence. Recent past influence, present influence, immediate future influence, in that order. It's a timeline, a bit like Facebook, isn't it, or something like that on a page like that. The question was about relationship. You just simply asked, how do I get a relationship reading? Well, at least you've specified the subject matter of the type of reading you're after, and of course, well, let's see what the relationship reading is. There, Ashleigh will pull out the first card here. This card represents your recent past, related, which is connected to your relationship situation, and the meaning or the interpretation of that card, the energy that vibrates on that card, is connected to your relationship situation or predicament or scenario or whatever circumstance, however you want to paraphrase it, in your recent past, over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so, roughly. It's not rocket science, not an exact science anyway, it's a bit of a dark art I suppose, to some degree. There is a bit of darkness there, isn't there, although you've got the energy of the stars. And the stars really indicate that a long journey will be rewarded, as it says there. Not just a physical journey, but along this journey of love, relationships, romance, or whatever you want to call it there, a long journey will be rewarded. I got a sense as though you've been searching. It's been sort of like a fruitful correction, a fruitless journey so far until just recently. When that journey was rewarded, it was worth the wait, and what? The stars are, as you can see, still surrounded by darkness, as if they are the lights that shine in the darkness. But are they a dark star, a black star that shines in the darkness? If ever it could do. But they're classed as an element in that sense. It wouldn't be the choice of thing that I would actually call it, but the sun and the stars and the moon are classed as elements. Why, I don't know. Just in this particular deck. Regardless of that, the energy, the card itself, has a meaning, which is to do with this long journey that's come to some conclusion, and brought some reward, brought some sort of satisfaction maybe, or should I say more, it's just brought a result. I don't know about satisfaction, it certainly brought a result. You've been rewarded, but have you been rewarded positively or negatively? In the sense, have you got what you deserved? Or you weren't careful what you asked for, so you got it? But it's been a long journey in the sense, long time coming. It's been a long wait. I want to pull the next card to see what's happening now. This, I suppose, is the most important one of them, isn't it? Because what's happening now is what you've got control over. You can't define yourself by what you did back then, but you can define yourself by what you're doing now. Remember the long journey that's been rewarded. What happens now is important. The energy of the Harlequin. The Harlequin is a member of the royal court. This just indicates right now true feelings are being masked. A long journey was rewarded and now true feelings are being masked, in the sense of now you've sort of recently, as you say, due to recently hitting journey's end with getting what you want, you are not expressing yourself how maybe you should be doing or how you want to do. You're masking your feelings, maybe out of fear of losing whatever reward you've got there. So it's a bit like winning on the lottery and then putting all the money in the bank and never bothering with it, just in case you start spending it and lose all of it. So you end up with nothing, and you end up living in poverty because you try and live on the breadline instead of using the money in the bank. Now that's just a ridiculous scenario, but that's what it's a similar sort of thing from a metaphorical sense, in the sense that you're not really at the moment expressing yourself how you should be doing. You're putting on a persona to try and, in the sense, you're telling them what you think they want to hear. Now this is an important thing, because you're telling them what you think they want to hear. I suppose that's what an actor does, isn't it? When they act under the assumption that the audience thinks they want to see the hero win so they can all cheer, or they assume they've got the kind of audience where they want the baddie to win so they can all cry. And this sort of thing, you regardless of what you wish for, or what you're wishing for, what you're wanting from this, you are trying to play the game, in the sense of, no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant play, put on the act, put on the persona, play along with it. You've got your reward, you don't want to lose it, so appease it by telling it what it wants to know to keep the light burning. If you see what I mean. Is that the right thing to do when maybe you are masking other things, other than you're masking your true feelings? About maybe your misconception, well, not misconceptions about that person, your misgivings, correction. Chose the wrong word there, your misgivings, as you would say. But you'd rather not point them out, because you could be perceived as nagging them or getting at them in some way. So we put on a mask and pretend to be the one who's happy with it, prepared to go along with it. And this is a common theme, isn't it? I want to just see what the immediate future holds, just round the corner between now and this time next month, potentially, if you carry on along this path. Remember, you have power to change it. If negative, it can be a good thing. It can actually be positive in the sense of forewarned is forearmed. Of course, if positive, beware of complacency. What actually is it though? Let's just reveal its energy. And the immediate future holds the energy of the dragon, symbolising that very soon, around about between now and this time next month, or the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, you will acquire strength and wisdom from this. I'm sort of feeling here as though this act will be beneficial to you. This mask that you've chosen to wear will be beneficial. And it will make you stronger, because you realise that you don't have to tell everybody everything. You don't have to tell the world and his dog everything about yourself all at once. Maybe that's what the Harlequin is. Maybe that's what the act is. Maybe it's more a mask of caution than a mask of deceit. Than a mask of deliberate deceit in order to manipulate in some way. It's more of a mask of caution. And that will make you stronger and wiser in that regard. The dragon protects high knowledge. The dragon protects that which is most valuable. And the dragon will protect you also. Wisdom and learning it will be a learning experience. What you are now going through is a learning experience. You've got the long journey seems to have come to an end and brought some reward, or on this long journey a reward has come in some form or other, but your approach toward it is cautious. This is a mask of caution, isn't it? And although it has its negative overtones, the Harlequin in your case, our sense is not so much positive, but it's protective. You don't want them to know everything about yourself. You don't know them enough. They haven't told you about themselves. And that will make you, although learning more about them than they learn about you, that gives strength. Knowledge is power, and that would make you stronger. I mean, maybe that you already know about them in some regards or other by what your friends have told you, or by what you've found out about them in some other way, capacity or other. But you're not going to tell them that you know about it. Not now, you're not. That's what will give it your strength. That's what will give this strength, or what will give you your strength. Strength may be to see through what you didn't have strength for before. But is this just a means of building up one's barriers so that eventually it ends up falling stale and falling foul because nobody ends up saying anything? Communication sort of comes to a standstill. I don't know. That's for the future. That's for you to decide. When you have strength and you have wisdom, you have to use it wisely. Literally wisely, because it's wisdom, isn't it? So you've got to use that strength wisely. And you have a responsibility not only to others but to yourself also. But of course it can backfire, can't it? And you can end up back to square one where you left off, which could be the reason why it's been such a long journey in the first place, to get to this point that you're at now. Maybe. I think just for now though, Ashleigh, I think just for now we will cast a shadow. Until next time, these cards have spoken.